all these typhoons, all these hurricanes, a lot of them. Reinsurance issues, risk assessment issues, increases in insurance premiums. Those that are looking to get insurance in foreign jurisdictions all across this planet. All those storms have consequences on the insurance industry, on those that seek to get quote-unquote insurance. And those who rely on insurance for their trust scenarios to be able to have themselves as a default bank, to have a situation where they can borrow against what they pay into particular insurance policies, can upset a whole lot of folks' plans. Most of our kith and kindred across the planet right now are in a state of disarray. Those doing an inorganic thing are in the state scenario. Those of us in the organic situation, the organic scenario, well, no, we don't do the state thing. We do the organic thing, not the inorganic thing. The animate, not the inanimate thing. So the games they play don't apply with us. And those that lay down with those non-substance dogs are getting up with those non-substance fleas. There are consequences. And it's going to get uglier by the minute going forward. You got new fault lines cropping up in places as close to supervolcanoes. That's here in Northern-Amexem out west. It's only going to get uglier from here on out. I can't really quantify particular things. I don't do predictions. As I've said, though, I don't see how things play out in the foreign jurisdictions after 2 Earth years from now. Conflicts, probably famine. Meantime, the Pan-Africanist so-called and the Moorish so-called, for them it's business as usual. The evidence is very clear of this. Sad to watch. Painful to watch, actually. Those that are the adherents, those that hang on their every word, they deserve better than what they're getting. They don't know how to demand it or acquire it. And those that they would demand or acquire it or require it from don't know how to provide it. They'd be doing it already if they did. They don't know what they're talking about, don't know what they're doing. And their language tells on them. Their behavior patterns tell on them. Unfortunately, most of my kith and kindred, they don't see, they don't grasp, they don't comprehend. They don't see what's lacking in those whose words they hang on. And those that do, sometimes they ignore that. They go along. They're like, what else is there? There's a lot more than that. They just don't know where to look. Sometimes they do know where to look, wouldn't recognize it if it punched them in the face. So right now, they're in the holding pattern to after their selection scenario, where international banksters select who they're going to have do business for them. Um, so after the little illusion game is over, with the fake quote unquote election thing, whatever that is, give it a few months after, then they'll start making the moves for the next round of the pandemonium. So those that put up all the meat processing and food processing plants and buying up as much of the farmland as they can find, they put their little squeeze on gradually, slowly, definitively. Empires will rush to voluntarily give away their freedoms and their liberties, not just for access to trinkets and toys, to food that they did not prepare themselves for. There are those that's buying these quote unquote patriot food supply things, and there are folks that are armed to the teeth. And I do mean armed to the teeth. They'll get them but so far. What's coming across this planet? Not enough bullets. They can't make enough bullets. What's coming? Most are not prepared for. It's going to be digital handcuffs and digital chains. An inside job is coming against the colonizing hostiles here in North-Amexem occupying our land through superior force of arms. The inside job is going to allow for brute force cyber attacks. And when your military is so heavily networked, everything that's attached to the network goes down at the same time. Satellites come out of their orbits, come crashing into the atmosphere. Some of them burn up, some of the debris makes it to the ground or to the oceans. Those that have implemented this will send in waves after waves after waves of whatever their military apparatus are. It'll only go so far because the international banksters that's doing all this, they just want to subjugate what's in their way. That's what they've always done it over the generations. When they want to take down a modern force because they have a new wave that's coming, they always make their move to get rid of it, replace it with something new. It was the Castilians and Aragonians. They got replaced by the Anglo-Prussian Flemish. They got replaced by the colonizing hostiles here. Back before then, it was Charlemagne. Or before then, it was others. Going back to the Tsars, they put the C, which they now call Caesars. Before then, it was those that Sneferu left behind after the Kemetic established what's now called modern-day Greece, that the Macedonians now occupy. Great change is coming across this planet, and a few billion living souls are going to be scraped off this planet through war, famine, and pestilence. All of it planned, all of it contrived. And I know that there are those who are saying they're going to wait for our brothers from the east to come and rescue us. Taking into account that you should do things to take care of yourself, most don't tend to do that, and the evidence shows, and there are consequences to that too.